Hello, it's Kayla. I am full on in my dark goddess energy, all with the night. I just wanted to hop on here. I hope you can hear me well, but basically I want to share a story of what happened so that it might inspire other people and help empower them. But basically the other day I was chilling by the Missouri River. I don't think I'd ever been there before, so I was really excited. I was looking at these historical plaques, just kind of nerding out at a park by the river, and this older guy comes up, and just intuitively I'm like, okay, he's intrigued by me, he's interested, I'm sitting here, he's allowed to sit here too, whatever. And the interaction was very pleasant. He told me he was like a used car salesman or whatever, so I was like, all right, I see you on the sales tip. And then I showed him my Jeep briefly. I told him I had been on tour selling my Apothecary products. I was showing him my products, and the situation started to turn when he was like, oh, I like that you don't wear panties. And I was just like, huh? You know, it's like, I obviously like it too. That's why I don't wear panties if I don't want to. And I was just like, all right, that was kind of creepy, but like it could stay. Like, I don't know if any boundaries were crossed, so here we go. And he just started to appraise me like a piece of meat after that comment. And I shifted out of the interaction. I'm going to drive away. And he is like, thanks for the boner. Maybe next time you can finish me off. And I literally stood there kind of frozen, unable to speak up for myself. So it's part of my healing journey to better understand boundaries, how to speak up for myself so that I can stand up to the inevitable creeps that are attracted to like the sweet honey that I am. So I drove away from this interaction. I even made a video processing it after it happened, and I was just feeling kind of like icky, but also super powerful, because I knew that there was power in that moment, power in that attraction. I just didn't know quite how to transmute it. So I went to a cemetery and literally did some like meditating, did some praying, did some cleansing and clearing ritual, just to get any like funky fuckboy vibes like off of me and stuff. So I was feeling better, but I continued to process what had happened after the fact, and what I was most upset about was my throat chakra, like my inability to really speak up for myself, in that, yo, that made me very uncomfortable, that was very inappropriate, like that, me standing up for myself verbally was lost in that moment, and I felt a lot of shame about that, because that's been a pattern, especially when feeling sexually intimidated. So as I'm working through activating sacred sexuality, this is just a thing that's really coming up. Like, all kinds of beings are attracted to me. Some make me feel comfortable, some make me don't. And I'm learning how to speak up for myself in real time, whether friend or total creepy stranger, you know what I mean? So I'm basically processing my journey with verbal boundary setting, and just wanted to make a refresher video to remind everyone that we have these tools of boundary setting, specifically verbal boundary setting, so that we are less victims in the experiences that we create, because we truly teach others how to treat us. Another thing is, when I told my mom the story that happened to me, I told her, yeah, these comments made me feel very uncomfortable. And then when I was interacting with another person, that the next day I had this almost PTSD type of response, where I was noticing myself not be as open to this other individual, even though that other individual had done nothing wrong to warrant like a red flag or anything. So I was really seeing how trauma can compound and affect the interaction, like an interaction that we have can affect an interaction that we have like 10 years in the future, if we don't process and clear that what we interpreted as trauma, even down to like how our body experienced it. And then as I'm saying this to my mom, her eyes welled up with tears, and she was like, I had that same thing happen to me for years. So just shedding light on the fact that an uncomfortable or traumatizing situation, especially sexual trauma, can reflect on all the relationships that you'll have in the future until you heal that. And We are all here doing the work. I want to be a resource and an ally to people going through this. There's only so much I can take on as like one individual, but I'm working on creating an environment and platforms to where we can heal complex trauma as a group and be reminded of the tools that we have so that we can ultimately be self-clearing and not limited on building bridges with people in the future, because I do want to have an open heart despite any predator or creep out there. But I'm going to have boundaries and discernment. That's like the key, and I'm here to get everyone activated on those keys. Now, I don't know if saying thanks for the boner, maybe next time you can get me off, is a line that worked for this guy in the past. I just know it made me feel super tiny and insecure. And here we are to review verbal boundary setting, just so you can have some, I can have some quick tools when it comes to defending against creepy creeps. So you can say, it makes me feel blank when you do blank. This is of the nonviolent communication formula. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable when you said that right there. You can also say no. No is a complete sentence that doesn't need justification. No's and yeses should be celebrated. If someone is making you feel bad, shaming you, guilt tripping you about your no, within some, like, there's like a come on, that, you know, there's wiggle room, but you can really see someone's intention based off of how they do react when you have a firm, just like, no. You can also say, you know, if you're like cute and someone's asking you like a whole bunch of questions about everything, you can be like, that's personal information. I don't feel comfortable talking about that. I said no, back off. Please don't do that. So those are just some examples of verbal boundary setting. I will link resources in the description with more information, but basically I'm just shedding light. I'm just doing real-time processing with an interaction that had a lot of charge on my personal case and stuff like that, and I hope I can give peace of mind to other people who have felt verbally assaulted, I guess, and can give us all tools for verbal boundary setting. So yeah, I kind of jumped all over the place, but this was just a message from my heart. I hope these resources can serve. Please let me know if you would like to do deeper work or would like more information on verbal boundary setting. Boundary setting, healthy relationships, trauma healing, that's been at the heart of my work for a while. I went to Ohio State to study psychology years ago, and after getting my bachelor's degree, started studying Reiki and started studying herbalism. Now I've been studying meditation for a while now, doing processing work. And yeah, I'm just super grateful to be out here doing this. YouTube has been a platform I've been really resonating with. I want to keep making content that can help people heal, specifically mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and all that good stuff. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can get notified when I make a new video. If you want to hear, if something's been bothering you and you want to hear me talk about what I know about it, feel free to leave ideas for videos in the comments. That doesn't mean I'll actually make that video, but I'm super open to ideas. I want to Simply Lucid to be a community of people cultivating self-awareness, basically, and I don't want you to feel ashamed to ask a question, but I want you to know that every answer lies within you. I am here to be a mirror, a reflection of whatever is resonating for you, whatever made you click on this video. But thank you, and until next time, also feel free to go to Patreon, where you can get access to exclusive behind the scenes videos and Patreon only content. You can also support this channel, basically spreading conscious media and all of that good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super grateful. Peace.